I had my phone that said rap's no good. First place, man, I can't be tied for it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Trading from Scratch episode 3, y'all. We're going to be going over what candlesticks are and which candlesticks to avoid for future things, because I can't split it all out in one video. We got to get more advanced per video, but we're just going to get straight into it, guys. So candlesticks are pretty much the bars on the chart. I mean, when you see something like this, guys, yo, that is a massive candlestick. I'm fried. Let's do that. All right, no, that didn't help. My fault, y'all. That's a candlestick, though. All right, terrible drawing, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, guys, these are candlesticks. These bars on the chart. If you guys still don't know what I mean, pay attention. These bars on the chart, all right? Don't worry about the lines, right? The lines are called something else. We will get into that in another video. But these bars on the chart are called candlesticks, right? So that's the first thing you guys can note down in your books. And yes, you guys should have notebooks. You guys should have pens, whether pen or pencil, whatever. Get a piece of paper, get a notebook, and jot these things down. Take notes. Treat this thing as a class, because if you guys are serious about becoming profitable day traders over time, then you guys need to take things like this serious. So candlesticks are the bars on the chart. Maybe before this video, or just, maybe you knew what candlesticks are already, but before you knew, you understood that, like, you would see these lines sometimes, these graphs that basically just show you guys what's going on with price action with, maybe you're looking at a stock like Apple, you're looking at Netflix, whatever, you just see these lines. But sometimes you would think it's lines, but it's really candlesticks. You just got to zoom in and see what's going on behind the scenes. So you guys have to understand that candlesticks are these bars on the chart. But I don't want to yap too much. Let's get into the next thing that you guys should take note of. Small candles are called dojis. So if you guys go over here, doji candle, and you guys can see I already searched it up because this is like my third time recording the video. I'm a rookie to this YouTube stuff, but bear with me. All right, y'all. So here you guys go. There's different types of doji candles. So you have a common doji, a long leg doji, a dragonfly, a four price, and a gravestone doji candle. Now, if I have to be honest with you guys, the most common ones you will see is pretty much all of them besides the four price. I rarely see that on a day-to-day basis. I mean, you trade 5 days a week, not 7, and I rarely see those types of candles. But you guys have to understand that these other 4 candles are pretty common, okay? No pun intended. All right, so let's identify 5 doji candles right now for you guys, just so you guys can understand how to identify it and understand eventually why you should avoid these types of candles. So we have a doji candle right here. Just follow my cursor, okay? We have a doji candle right here, right here, right here, right here. I probably sound like a robot now because they're everywhere, guys. Look, 1, 2. Well, this is iffy, but 1, 2, 3, 4. This is iffy. Right there, doji, right? Dragonfly. Okay, doji, doji, doji. I would actually even consider this a doji. Some people wouldn't, right? Doji, 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 right? They're everywhere. Okay. That's pretty much the gist of where they are and how to identify them. They're literally everywhere on the chart. You can go in any time frame. Let me quickly show you guys. Let's go to the 15-minute random time frame, right? Bro, literally a doji is forming right now as we speak. Like, come on. They're everywhere. All right. Let's go back to the 5-minute though, okay? All right. You guys need to understand something. Note this down as well. Each candlestick is telling its own story. So that's the one thing I didn't really understand. When I first started learning how to day trade, I learned what a candlestick was. I learned what a doji was. I learned what, I'm not going to spoil what's to come, but I learned what a bunch of these things were, but I didn't really understand that each candle is telling its own story for us. So this is why we have to understand and look into a candle like the doji and see that it does nothing for us. It's an indecisive candle that's not really giving you much insight on where price wants to go. And sorry guys if the mic is too loud. This is a new mic. I'm just trying to get used to it. I gotta see how much I gotta, like, how loud I gotta talk. If not, how low I gotta talk, whatever, but bear with me. Just lower the video if it's too loud. If it's too low, just raise it up. Not sure, we gonna hear it after this, But doji candles don't really tell you what's going on, right? I mean, if we find an example, right? Let's go. I mean, perfect example, guys. Let's go in replay mode, right? Start new. Let's go over here. And let's just look at this array of doji candles. Now, if you guys started from here, or I asked you from here, or I asked you from here, And I'm about to ask it. And I said, where do you think price wants to go? You don't know where price wants to go because it's not giving you enough information. You don't know, right? You don't know if you want to go down. You don't know if you want to go up. This is why these candles suck. And maybe, those of you guys who already like stared at the price and just seeing what's going on the chart, just checking out, the trading view, you guys probably understood like, yo, those candles make no sense to me. And they don't make sense to anyone because we don't like to use that. Quick example of what I mean on why we don't use that is if, not gonna get too advanced here, so we're using a box for example, but let's say we have some sort of confirmation and we want to tap into here and eventually break out. But the candle that we tapped into it with is a candle like, that's a terrible drawing, my fault, y'all. It's a candle like this, right? Better drawing. I'm trying my best. All right. Well, there's a lot of volume within that candlestick. That you have a lot of insight, right? But you don't have much insight if the candle that tapped in was like this. Even if the line, and we'll get to it in another video on what that line's called, but even if the line tapped into that confirmation, we don't have much insight whether it looks like this, whether it looks like this, and this can't even tap in. I mean, that's just like a bar itself. That's just a candlestick without lines, and that's not valuable for us to understand where price wants to go. What you guys have to understand, back to the note, is that each candlestick is telling its own story. So if we have a candle like a doji that's not giving us much of a story to tell, then it's basically useless, right? So on to the next thing. Avoid doji candles for confirmations and confluences. This is self-explanatory after the example I just showed you guys, right? Because once again, you cannot really see what's going on. So make sure you guys are writing all of this down, okay? And then last thing you guys want to note down for today's short video, I know, is that doji candles are indecisive mofos, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, you don't really know what's going on. It's like when you ask your girl, like, yo, feel me? Like, where you want to go eat? You want to go to Chick-fil-A? You want to go to Wendy's? You want to go to Five Guys? You want to Chipotle? And she look at you like you have 10 heads, and she says, I don't know. Bro, it makes me want to jump out the car. Come on, bro. Think of doji candles the same way. Like, why are you even asking the market what's going on with a doji candle when you know it's not even going to tell you the right thing? It's just going to say, I don't know. So you don't know, right? And understand that they are everywhere. So my goal for you guys tonight, all jokes aside, after you guys write all of this down, sorry for the lack of like structure within these notes, but write all of this down, okay? Take time to screenshot this or whatever, come back in the video. Cool. Find 10 examples of doji candles all throughout the chart, just so you guys can understand and identify what a doji candle is. And hopefully you guys leave this video understanding that doji candles are not valuable to us. You may not fully understand that right now, but you will eventually. Hence, which is why I have these two notes as red, because these are two types of notes that you can't fully understand right now. But trust me, in a week to two, you will come back and be like, yeah, Nell was right. Doji candles does not help with, so-and-so. We'll get to it in the future. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay healthy. Stay on top of what you got to do, right? And stay blessed. All right, y'all? I love you guys. Peace.